Nearly choked there. Good morning. I hope you're well. Long time no see, but fantastic to have you back. And we've got an incredible incentive behind us as well with your Holly Bob. So I'll just run you through this tracking document. Some of it you'll see before. The layout might have changed slightly. So basically, Cheryl, whenever you click into this, you'll just see your dashboard and a little disclaimer at the bottom. If you can fill out the rest of these for me, current weight, height, and I think you're the same age as me. Can't remember. Um, then moving on to nutrition. So obviously we want to keep calories relatively high. We're just going to set a baseline number here. If we can get a couple of weeks of good, solid, meticulous tracking under our belts, we'll know a little bit better then whether we can go a little bit higher, get away with a little bit higher if we need to keep things the same, or if we need to drop calories. Of course, taking into allowance, once or twice per week, having an off plan, untracked, unweighed meal of sort. So definitely keep in one or two of those per week. If you're going out for lunch for a friend, dinner with a hubby, dinner with the kids, things like that. Sorry, not hubby, boyfriend. That's what I meant. So yeah, we want to keep in those social occasions, and we want to be able to trust ourselves to eat mindfully, but um breaking up the monotony of tracking and weighing foods and stuff. So obviously the more meticulous you can be with your intake, the better your results are going to be, because we're going to know exactly where you're at in terms of your intake. Protein we'll want to keep nice and high, a minimum of 100 grams per day, and we want to distribute that throughout your main meals primarily. So you're talking a minimum of 25 grams of protein per meal. Now that might be a chicken breast, it might be 110 grams of lean mince, it could be four turkey rashers, it could be a few eggs, it could be 200 grams of Greek yogurt, it could be a protein bar. We don't want to have a protein bar as a meal. We don't want to substitute meals with protein bars. It could be 30 grams of whey protein in a meal, um, things like that. So try and spread that out over your meals throughout the day. So if you're having, let's say, four meals at 25 with 25 grams of protein per meal, that's 100 grams done easy, not including snacks as well. So snacks don't have to be protein based, as you know. We do want to allow a little bit of what we fancy. I would suggest keeping snacks to a minimum, but allowing them and trying to have them as well after a main meal, so you're already satiated from that main meal as well. That's going to be first and foremost our main priority. Getting lots of nutrient dense whole foods in the diet as well. You know, this isn't your first rodeo, so you know the crack anyway. Water, we want to get plenty of water in per day, so let's aim for 3 liters. Sleep, we say try and get between 7 and 9 hours sleep per night, but sleep quality is definitely a lot more important than sleep duration. So it's aiming to be in bed at a similar time each night, getting up at a similar time each morning, spending that little bit of time before bed, just winding down and getting the body and mind ready for sleep state. Keeping caffeine not to a minimum as such. Enjoy your caffeine, enjoy your coffees, but do set yourself a cut-off point. I suggest around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Caffeine, as we know, does have a half-life of at least 6 hours. So if you're pinning coffee at 5 o'clock, 6 or 11 o'clock in the evening, it's still going to be in your system, and it will affect your sleep quality. So just something to bear in mind. We've some non-negotiables as well there, so have a wee read through those. Cardio and expenditure then. So we're going to go for 2 days per week, steady state, and it's entirely your choice. So I know you do enjoy your running. I don't know if you're still running. You could go for a jog. You could jump on the treadmill, do incline walk, and you could jump on the stairmaster. You could use the bike. You could use the cross trainer. Whatever takes your fancy, just go for it. Just keep steady state. So maintaining that So maintaining a certain level of intensity for the 30 minutes, and not going balls to the wall and absolutely slaughtering yourself for 30 minutes. Step count will go between an 8 and 10k weekly average, so you do have a little bit of room for maneuver there. So although this says 3 per week, we're going to aim for 2. There is 3 full body sessions here in your training, but we're going to rotate those. So for example, this week, if you've done full body 1 and full body 2, then starting the following week, you would do full body 3 and full body 1, for example. So just rotate those 3 sessions. And it's just to make sure that we're covering all avenues. So everything here you'll have in Causeway class. You've got some teaching points, some demo videos. A lot of these, if not all of these, you'll be familiar with. You will have done probably all of these before. Dumbbell squat, you can do a free barbell back squat if you want, or Smith machine squat. It's entirely up to you. Let me know if you have any questions on those exercises. If you want anything changed, which something that you would prefer, just let me know. Obviously we want your training to be enjoyable. That is the most important thing. We want you looking forward to it and motivated to going into a session. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions there. As I say, stick to the 2 per week and then just rotate those. So 1, 2, 3, 2, or sorry, 3. 1, 2, 3, the following week 1, and so on and so on. And just log your lifts going forward. So yeah, get a wee logbook, make a note on your phone, and yeah, we'll just push for progression over time. But the most important thing over these next couple of weeks is going to be consistency and just getting in and getting a feel for these exercises and getting used to your sessions themselves. So not stress too much about what you're lifting at the minute. Spend a couple of weeks just getting into the swing of things. So on the social occasions there, so obviously we've got the holiday coming up in Benidorm in July. So if you just pop the actual date in there that you go, and anything else that you've got coming up that we need to sort of maneuver about or plan for as such, just let me know and we'll work around those. Supplements then, so these are not essential, but they are recommended, and I've tried to keep this list as short as possible, so you get as much bang for your buck. So don't feel like you do have to go out and buy these. I have put in a purchase link for each, but if you do find them cheaper elsewhere, normally I just Google search and see where I can find what I'm looking for cheapest and order from there. But a good fish oil supplement, vitamin D3 and creatine monohydrate there as well. Nutritional guidelines, you'll have seen these before, and some meal ideas. And then onto your check-in sheet then. So this will maybe look slightly different to what you've seen before. So at the top then, what I want you to do is just list your intentions for the week ahead. So using that box there to list your intentions for this coming week. So it can be in relation to your training, it can be in relation to your nutrition, it can be in relation to your expenditure, water intake, or other little personal goals that you have. So what you aim to achieve this week. And it just makes it clear from the onset, what you want from this week ahead. So do try and get used to filling this out at the end of every day. Do not leave it to the end of the day, when you come, or the end of the week, sorry, when you come to check-in. So check-ins are done on a Monday evening. So just send that through any point on a Monday, and I will send feedback on a Monday evening. So don't be leaving this to a Sunday night or a Monday and filling out all this data in one go. You won't remember half your week anyway. So try and get used to filling it out at the end of the day. When it comes to weigh-in, 2 to 3 over the week, I like to take a weekly average. It's perfectly normal for weight to fluctuate day to day. So that's why an average is better. It's just keeping your method of weighing the same, similar time each day, before any food or fluid intake, and preferably after you've been to the loo. So here you'll find a few drop down lists. So in terms of nutrition, great, average or poor, you can, if it's been poor or average, you can write in the bottom, a little weekly summary you know, why you have listed that as average or poor. In terms of recovery, so how you're feeling. So one, if you're very, very sore or injured or whatever, you'll rate that as a 1. If you feel fucking great, it's a 7. Physical energy levels, so high, average, or low. Mood, same. Stress levels, the same. And then any illness or injury that I might need to know about. On to energy expenditure then. So you'll click your little drop down list. Is it full body 1, 2, or 3 that you've done? Weeks on current block, you'll ignore that this week. Motivation to train, so that's high, average, or low. Any cardio performed, so type or duration here, and then your step count there for the day. So you can just round that up to the nearest 100 if you want. On to nutrition then. So appetite / hunger levels, so high, average, or low. Calories consumed for the day. Protein intake for the day. Water intake for the day. So just list that as a number as opposed to 1, 2, or 3 liters. Frequency of bowel movements. So and many times you've been for a number 2. I'm not being nosy, but it does tell me a lot about your digestion and stuff and what's going on inside. If it's 5+, then we definitely want to see a doctor. Quality of stool and any GI distress, so any gas, bloating, abdominal pain, etc., etc., just let me know. And that's just general info there. That's supposed to say general info. And this is where we'll track your menstrual cycle, so where you're at on that. If you're TRUAL. If you're on your period, what day? You know, day 1, day 2. I don't know if you track your menstrual cycle, but I do recommend the Flow app, which is, well, go for the free version. They'll try and rope you into the paid version, but you don't need it. And then we want to have a look at caffeine intake for the day. So how many you've had what you've had, and so on. And as I say, do try and have a cut-off point no later, I would say, than 3 o'clock. You know, when it comes to training, if you're training in the evening, sometimes I would be naughty and have a little cheeky coffee at my own detriment, but it's not something that I would make a habit of. Switching to things like decaf coffee and stuff as well, if you just love the taste, can just make all the difference and stuff as well. So yeah, when you do come to do your check, and then you will just give me a summary of your week. So as much, you can fill this out throughout the week, or you can leave it and give me just a summary of your entire week before your check, and it's entirely up to you. But as much info there as possible. So all this biofeedback will just give me really good insight into what's going on and help me make the decision for any changes that I feel may need to be made. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So yeah, just spend this week getting settled into this. No big stress on you know, killing yourself and stuff in the gym. Just get familiarized with your training program and set some baseline numbers. And yeah, have a fucking fantastic week. You let me know if you have any questions. I'll touch base with you midweek anyway, and just see how you're getting on. But no, you can always contact me at any time of the day, and I'll always get back to you as quickly as I can. So yeah, that's it, Mrs. Enjoy. Great to have you back on board. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.